I have so much stuff I need to review. But let's talk about the one item I want to talk to you about today. It is a kettle. Not this one yet. It's this. The Thouswinds 0.6 liter kettle in vintage silver. Chris here with Barnyard Outdoors, and I am down in my gear room, which is also the mechanical room in my basement. We had a little incident in the basement where our sump pump decided to stop working, so it flooded. So we moved a bunch of furniture around, but it was a great opportunity for me to do some cleaning down here and actually clear off my workbench, at least sort of clear off my workbench. So I wanted to do some videos down here. I figured it's kind of a good spot to work and do some tabletop things. And as I mentioned, I want to talk about this, the Thouswinds kettle. Now, you know, I am a huge fan of the Stanley kettle. I have it right here because I thought we'd do a little comparison of the two. But I wanted to share some other kettles. I've got this Thouswinds one, and I have another new kettle from Coletti, which I will be showing in another video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see that, especially if you like kettles. So let's get down to the tabletop and take a look at this thing. So this is how it comes, just in a pretty common box here with some writing. A few of them are in English. And this is the stainless steel kettle, 0.6 liters, and I got this in vintage silver. They do have 3 different colors they sell, which I will put on the screen here. They have black, vintage silver, and your standard silver, which is a lot more shiny. Let's take a look inside the box. You get the kettle, and you get this nice mesh bag that, of course, says Thouswinds on it. And inside is this kettle. And look at that color. That vintage silver. It just looks, you know, it looks old. And I really like that design. Now, this is the 0.6 liter. They do have one that I believe is twice as big as this. And the last time I checked on Amazon, they were the exact same price. So don't forget, I put links down in the description below to where you can, you know, order one of these if you want from Amazon. So taking a look at the kettle, it does have a locking bail. It will latch up there at the top, so you don't have to worry about, you know, the kettle falling over or anything when the bail is up. It also has this silicone rubber section on the top, and it comes to a nice V there, right? So it's going to kind of balance itself there for when you got it hanging. So let's look at the lid on this. The first thing you're going to notice is it has this wooden handle on top, and that is actually black walnut. Nice, you know, old school look and feel. Wood. It does not get hot to the touch. You look over here, there is a small little hole there, which is a vent. And the thing I really like about this, look at that. This will not just fall off. If you pull the lid off, you can see here that it has these little metal notches on the side, and they're kind of hard to see there, but there are 3 of them. And where the metal is pushed out in the little tab, it will hold the lid on there so it does not come off, even with a lot of shaking, which is great. Inside the kettle, it's pretty standard. If you look at the design of the kettle, you can see it's got this really interesting, you know, kind of curve, old school type curve on it. And the pour spout here, which is pretty standard pour spout. I usually like a kettle that's got, you know, a little bit of a V or a notch there. I feel like you can get a little bit finer pour out of it. But, you know, that'll work just fine. Bottom of the kettle is nice with a little indent on it. And then if you look for branding on this kettle, you will not see anything on the kettle body itself. But if you look at the lid, on the lid, it's right there where it says Thouswinds. Very nice small kettle. I prefer a small kettle like this. I'm not making a lot of tea or anything. I'm using water for either pour over coffee just for myself, or I'm using the hot water to rehydrate a freeze-dried meal. Very, very nice little kettle. Let's look at this compared to my favorite kettle here, which is the Stanley kettle. And of course, you can see that the Thouswinds is not as big. Like I said, you can buy a larger version of this if you're looking for a larger kettle. The spout difference is really the first thing I noticed. This has got the little point on the small spout, which gives you a little bit more control if you're doing things like pour over coffee. But this is impressive. You know, one of the issues with the Stanley is the lid. The lid is secured when you have these handles up. You can kind of see here how this prevents the lid from coming off. But when you've got this stored in your pack, it does not come with a bag or anything. You have to worry about that lid, you know, falling off. It's not secure unless the handles are up. So if you are looking for a kettle where you want the lid to be secure, this is a great option. I do have a friend that has one of these, and he's been really happy with it. I think he got this because it would fit inside his Trangia cook system. So I'm hoping he watches this video. He can leave a comment below, kind of tell which size Trangia set he had and which size kettle he got. But it's a nice kettle. I mean, check it out. If you're looking for a kettle, and you know it's next to near impossible to find the Stanleys right now. So this is a nice lightweight kettle. It is 197 grams. So it is a nice stainless steel. And like I said, I really like this vintage steel look. I mean, if you compare it to, you know, my Stanley's been on a couple campfires, so it's got some patina on it. But you can see this is a much more kind of a retro or an old school colorway, and I really like that. They have other products that they also sell in this vintage silver, and I actually have a couple of them, so you'll see some reviews coming up. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So if you're looking for a kettle, go ahead and look down in the description. I've got links to Amazon where you can get this kettle or the larger one. So the kettle on this side is $27, and on Amazon right now, the larger kettle is the same price at $27. So that's not a bad price for a little kettle like this. Go ahead and check out the links down in the description below. If you have any questions or comments about this kettle, put that down in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks everybody for watching.